yeah, I never had this much faith to just like really step out and be like, yeah, like, yes, I trust God. Like, I really trust God. Yeah, man, I really trust Him. I really do. Yeah, it's definitely like scary though. I'm not gonna lie. Stepping into your purpose, I'm thinking about my bills. I'm thinking about money. I'm thinking about. And we basically was first.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
So we're in a different location for sure. And honestly, I was like, why not just shoot out here? I always shoot in different areas sometimes. Like I'll be on a parking ramp or I'll be in my car or whatever the case is. But no, yeah, in this video, I just want to talk about, I guess, how it felt or how it does it feel, you know what I'm saying? Or how I am feeling in terms of just kind of like, you know, if you feel lost because like my identity was definitely formed in, you know, I went to college, got my degree, and then I ended up, you know, obviously I'm not in corporate right now. Try to go back to corporate, yes, but it's like a weird feeling of just like, I feel as though what I'm doing now is fulfilling, but at the same time it's super scary just because at the same time it's like, you know, doing content creation or trying to get enough traction to get monetized on YouTube and all that stuff. Also, I'm really hot, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This hoodie is killing me right now, but nonetheless, like I would say for sure, it's a weird feeling of like I'm excited because I feel like God has called me to do what I'm doing, and not even just that. I feel like God has called me to do what I'm doing. It just feels right. I don't know how to explain that, but it feels like I'm in my purpose. But stepping into the purpose has definitely been a lot of trials and tribulations, but it feels right. I don't know how to explain that, but it feels right, and I'm trying to learn how to like kind of move off that and make sure that I don't get discouraged because I'm not hitting the number of subscribers that I need, or I'm not hitting the number of views that I'm wanting to hit, or likes, comments, whatever the case is, but just allowing my purpose to fulfill itself. And the only way for that to happen is if I allow my purpose just to continue to flow through me in what I'm doing, right? Yeah, it's definitely an interesting feeling, and trying to just navigate and not get discouraged by if someone comments something crazy or somebody say something that, you know what I'm saying, that I don't even know what they're talking about. But yeah, like especially like going in the route that I'm going right now, speaking up and just making my voice heard for people whose voices aren't heard, it's definitely can ruffle feathers, or it can make people feel like, you know what I'm saying, like why is he doing what he's doing, and whatever the case may be. But for me, I just noticed a lot of people that were dealing with things that I have expressed in my other videos, and I feel like I'm not here to like even validate what I'm doing. I'm just saying like it's definitely it can definitely come with some stuff, but nonetheless, yeah, like it's an interesting feeling like when you're trying to like, I guess, go into your purpose or go into what you feel called to do, because it definitely can be discouraging at times. Like there's times where, you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling good, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and then there's times where it's like, man, like maybe I should go back to the comfortable route, get a really good paying, you know, corporate job, and whatever the case is. But again, like I have nothing against corporate life. I worked in corporate life. That was my big first job, and it was a blessing. I met a lot of great people. I went on some crazy trips. I traveled the country. Was able to buy certain things to support myself living. So it was definitely a blessing. But I think for me, you know what I'm saying, I'm just realizing like I want to take the chance on myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to take a chance on my purpose. And I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I just go back the comfortable route, you know? So like that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I think one of the things that I will say, like going through what I'm going through and kind of feeling how I'm feeling, like I would definitely say there's been times where I'm kind of just like, bro, like I don't even know. I would say like there's times where I feel like where's God, but then there's also times where I feel like I know God is here and I know God is in the midst. So it's like I feel like I need to move my camera a little bit off the street because it's a little close, low key. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think just kind of trying to remind myself that, you know what I'm saying, there's a purpose for everything. And even the pain that I'm going through, the things that I'm going through, there's a reason behind it. And yeah, like everything is for a reason. But it hasn't been easy, man. Like, I've been falling back into like, not lust, but I've been falling back into listening to music that I would say is like not the best music, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's been kind of a battle just because I feel like my flesh kind of wants to like, not lash out, but like kind of like do what it wants to do. And I kind of had to remind myself like not to do that, and in doing so, it's like it's no joke, especially like if you're someone who goes to the gym and you're trying to like get a good workout in, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I feel like, oh, I need something to get me going for real, so I might turn on like something that I'm not really supposed to listen to, like Gunna or freaking or whatever the case is, right? And I'm like, after I do it, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, in the moment it felt good, like I'm getting hyped, then afterward I'm just kind of like, man, like I don't need to be listening to this, bro. And then I get in the car and I immediately turn on worship music or whatever the case is. So like I think dealing with that and just dealing with that struggle, like it's so funny because before I never really used to like, I don't know, I never used to struggle too bad. And then there was times where I struggled really bad. But I think in this season where it's kind of like so much going on for myself, I can definitely say like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of falling back into listening to music that doesn't edify me at all. And I'm not saying like, as a Christian, I'm not saying you can't listen to like, well, I'm saying this for myself. I truly believe it comes down to your conviction, and it comes down to like how you're like what you're listening to. If it puts you in a certain headspace that you know is going to lead you to sin or whatever the case is, you shouldn't listen to it. I'm not saying anything that if it's music that doesn't blatantly say, oh, Jesus is king or talks about God, doesn't mean the song is bad necessarily. Like it doesn't mean it's a bad song. But however, if it's talking about things that you know it's going to like just pull you towards a certain direction, or really is in a sense going against like what, you know, God is calling you to do or calling you to be, then yeah, you shouldn't be listening to it. That's how I feel. Like that's for me. I don't know, man. It's been interesting, bro. Cause like it's like I want to listen to it, you know, the stuff that I'm supposed to listen to. But then sometimes I just don't. And I'm like, bro, what the heck am I doing? Like why is it so hard, bro? But I don't know. It just kind of be like, dang. I feel like a lot of people be dealing with that though, honestly though. I feel like it's just obviously not me, but and now I'm just kind of just like out here trying to relax. I'm gonna go to the gym later. But yeah, no, it's been awesome seeing all the people kind of reach out to me and just like me just sharing my testimony and my experiences and my story, man, and seeing that there's a lot of people dealing with the same things that I was dealing with. They're getting touched by the video, knowing that they're not alone. And there's a lot of men that are dealing with the things that I dealt with. And usually we don't usually speak up, or we don't say nothing. We don't put it out there, keep it to ourselves, whatever the case is, and just kind of try to move on and like be a man. But like I feel like me opening up and trying to share my, I guess, emotions and just like how I felt, how it impacted me, and where I'm moving off of that, where I'm moving now and where I'm going now, past that, I think it can help a lot of people. And I think just seeing the reaction, I think it's definitely helping a lot of people. Obviously there's going to be people that are going to have their, you know, what they want to say, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm just sharing my story and sharing my experience, and that's just what it is. And I'm, you know, say I'm allowed to do that, and as much as the next woman can do that or the next man can do that, then, you know what I'm saying, like, why not me? So yeah, man, it's been a blessing to just kind of be able to open up and use this tool of a camera or this thing to kind of just use it as like a way of like basically just, I guess you could say therapy, or just like a way of release and way to share my art or share what it is I want people to see. And it's been a blessing just kind of having people come along. And yeah, it's definitely like scary though. I'm not gonna lie. Stepping into your purpose, I'm thinking about my bills. I'm thinking about money. I'm thinking about just like, you know, the adult things that you should be thinking about. But at the same time, it's like I guess I'm delusional enough to think that like God can make things change like overnight, or God can make things change in a week, God can make things change in a month, whatever the case may be. And I'm just putting my faith into that, and I'm truly just moving off that. Even though I know I got things I got to do, but it's at the same time, it's like obviously if it gets to a point where it's like, all right, Christian, like you're about to be a corporate man again. I get it, like, you know what I'm saying. But as of right now, I'm just trying to build a community, man. Trying to build a community of people that just like feel like it's a safe place, and for people to, you know, relate and just kind of understand that, you know what I'm saying, authenticity is real, and it's, to me, in my eyes, it's real to be authentic. So for me, it's just like, man, like opening up and sharing your story or your testimony in a way that, you know, not only honors yourself but honors God, or whatever the case may be, bro, it can literally touch people from all over the world. Like I had a dude in my comments on my one of my other YouTube videos, he's from Kenya, another dude from Montreal, like Canada and stuff like that, like, and you can just tell like it's really a superpower to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very much one of those things where it's hard to do because you're scared that people are going to judge you, whatever the case is. But then you'll realize, like, there's like 30 people next to you that like, yeah, bro, I deal with the same thing. You're thinking when you look at them, you're like, oh, no, ain't no way. Like, but when you open up there, then that allows them to open up and be like, yeah, man, I'm dealing with the same thing. I don't know how to kind of get through what I'm going through. And bro, it allows for us to, you know, create a community. And that's what God, honestly, I feel like that's how God designed it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we open up and share our hearts in an honest way, in a way that is honoring to, you know, yourselves and others around you, whatever the case may be, I feel like that's how we build community, and that's how we can turn our pain, and a lot of times, into purpose. But yeah, no, I think it's been awesome, man. It's been really cool. But at the same time, I would say like it definitely can feel lonely at times, where it's like, you know, you're doing this and, you know what I'm saying, I'm single now. I am not dating, and I'm just kind of like doing this kind of on my own type of vibe. I got my friends to support me, my family to support me, whatever the case may be. But it's definitely lonely at times. And I would say, like, you know, even with my relationship with God, like I will say, I think I've definitely grown the closest I've ever grown to God in my life. Like the faith I have in God to do things in my life right now, I've never had this type of faith before going through this experience. Like I've never had this type of faith to be like, you know what, I'm going to step out on this. And I truly believe that God can, you know, do things with this. I feel like God can do things if I just open myself up to him, and I also just be vulnerable in general, right? So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at. And yeah, I never had this much faith to just like really step out and be like, yeah, like, yes, I trust God. Like I really trust God. Yeah, man, I really trust him. I really do. So I don't know, man, like going through this, like I said, I've never been this close to God like this, where it's like I just trust him that much in his protection and his just like, and what he's doing in my life. I just trust it. I just trust it 100%. And I'm just stepping out on it. And I'm, you know, sharing my journey with you guys, because I feel like it can help other people feel like they can do the same thing in their life. And then it just continues to grow from there. And then it just builds a community or builds a movement of people just opening up, being vulnerable, and trying to, you know, find places to feel safe and heal and XYZ. Like that's my whole purpose, man. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm just trying to do it through a camera and a microphone. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the video. Now I'm gonna go home, gonna go eat, and yeah, But it's definitely scary though. I'm gonna be real. Stepping out on your purpose can be definitely scary, but I feel like at the same time, it's a risk that I'm willing to take, and I'm willing to be delusional and to just trust God at the end of the day. I'm willing to do that, man, because I know that, in the Bible it says, like, those who endure, the race, I'm saying? There's a prize at the end of it. So it's like I'm willing to endure this season and endure the scary feeling and just like the nervousness of finances or whatever the case is, to step out into what I feel though is God's calling me to do. And then I truly believe it's like once it happens, then it's like it'll make sense. But yeah, until then, we're still in the situation that we're in now. I'm making these videos, but yeah, that's all I gotta say, and I will see y'all in the next video, man. I'm gonna try to keep uploading as many videos as I can a week. As of right now, I'm not gonna lie, just because I'm on a grind mode, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. I'm not gonna just like try to lose any of my consistency or anything like that. So I'm just gonna try to post as many times as I can a week, whether that's 3-4 times a week, whatever the case is. But try to post as much content as I can and just kind of like use this as my diary and as my journal. I usually journal throughout the day. But my boy, he even made a good point of just like, instead of just writing stuff down, when you have thoughts or whatever the case is, just share it. And then, what I'm saying? Share what I feel comfortable sharing, obviously, but just share it because there's a lot of people that may benefit from what I am thinking or how I am feeling in the current moment that I'm in. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna try to share as much content as I can with y'all and just continue doing that and then continue just putting out as much as I can. And once that happens, then it's like, yeah, like, we'll just keep going from there. So anyways, I literally hate doing closing parts of the video because I feel awkward. But anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate all the support. Please, obviously, like, comment, and obviously definitely subscribe. And yeah, you'll be seeing me a lot more because I'm just going to keep posting videos and keep doing what God's calling me to do. So welcome to the journey, and I'll see y'all in the next video, bro.